Hello. I'm a bit red-faced. I've had one alcoholic beverage with lots of ice. I've just had a flavoured cider. So, it's my last night at the Travelodge in East Grinstead. The last time I have to sleep in this bed. It's not too bad, but this time tomorrow I expect I'll be in my own bed. Maybe not quite in my bed yet. I'm just taking my socks off. So I met up with my old school friend Lisa, and I recognised her straight away. The hair, the smile, bless her. We just went to a local. I was relying on Lisa to know where to go, but she didn't know, so we found a pub, very quiet. I bought Lisa a non-alcoholic drink and got myself an alcoholic flavoured cider, and we just reminisced about the past and present, and it was absolutely lovely. It was so nice to see her, and it's just rounded off this mini break. It's been ups and downs. I don't want to do it anytime soon. But yeah, I've really enjoyed it on the whole. As a whole, I've enjoyed it. I think the worst experience was just getting lost in London and then feeling ill. You know, I was lame with my feet and I had stomach issues as well. So Abervoyage was probably, amazingly for me, the low point, when it's something you should have enjoyed, Roger. But because I was feeling not so well, obviously, I didn't enjoy it. But I will be going there one more time, and I'm determined to enjoy it because my mum's going to be with me. And hopefully her enjoyment will rub off on me. She won't have seen it. It'll all be new. So hopefully she'll feel the way I felt when I first saw ABBA. Back when Mark decided to sort it out once and for all, and Mark, got it arranged, so Mark and I went together. So that was nice. I just prefer having someone with me, to be honest. I'm odd because I'm quite a solitary person. I like my own company. I like being on my own, in my cocoon, in my home. But when I go into the big bad world, I want someone there with me, my rock, which I have to say is Mark, bless him. I have to say, in my drunken stupor, that he is my rock. And I'm very grateful I've got him, and he's put up with an awful lot from me, bad behaviour. He's put up with me, and for that he deserves a medal. But all he's going to get is a grunt when I see him and say, "Why are you 5 minutes late when you picked me up?" No, there he won't. He'll get a hug and a kiss. And so will my lovely dogs. I've seen them this morning on camera. They're okay. But I can't wait. I can't wait to get into my own bed again. Anyway, I'll sleep well tonight. I've had a busy day, full day. Just meeting up with Lisa has just rounded off beautifully, and it was unexpected. I sort of thought, because I did post on my private Facebook that I was in Crawley, and I thought possibly one of my Facebook friends from school days might suggest, if they still live in this area, to meet. And lo and behold, Lisa came up trumps and contacted me, and we did meet. And I'm glad. Not my old me would have thought of an excuse, but I thought no. I got on well with Lisa. I remember a lot of things, and we had a lot of fun reminiscing. I told her things she'd forgotten. She told me a few things I'd forgotten. Not many. She'd forgotten more. But there were certain shared experiences that, we both went on the trip to France. We both went to an infamous trip to London where we saw a play called Daisy Pulls It Off. We got a London trip suggested, and there was a list of different plays, of theatre shows we could choose from. So there was Daisy Pulls It Off at the Young Vic. I always remember it's at the Young Vic Theatre. And then there was some others, probably Pride and Prejudice or some boring thing. So all the boys, I'd say most of the boys, chose Daisy Pulls It Off because it sounded a bit rude, and some of the girls did. So I remember distinctly, it was in the Soho area. So before the theatre show, we were sort of older by then, we were trusted. We weren't in uniform, obviously. So we went around Soho, and that was the time when Soho was seedy, where you could pay 50p and you'd go into a booth, and I think the thing would come up and you'd see a lady putting her stockings on or something. So I think one of the boys wanted to do that. And then I'd forgotten this, but it was Lisa, who looked older, went and bought a bottle of vodka. So the vodka was shared out. I think I might have taken a swig, I'm not sure. But one boy in particular, I won't mention his name, he had a lot of vodka and ended up vomiting in the theatre in the middle of the show. We were in the cheap seats though, we were up in the gods, as they're called. But I was sitting quite close, a couple of spaces away from Shane. I think I was on the row behind him and he was on the row in front, just a couple of, and he vomited, and the teacher in charge, I think it was Mr. I've forgotten his name. Anyway, he was a teacher. He pulled Shane out of the theatre by the scruff of his neck, and he wasn't. I don't know what happened to him, but obviously he must have got a severe bollocking, as we say, for doing that. But as soon as Lisa mentioned it, I'd remembered it. It was a fairly vivid memory, but Lisa brought it up, and it all came back. But I never knew it was Lisa, the naughty girl, that bought the booze that caused the problems. So lovely to share past experiences from eons ago. Anyway, I am quite tired now, so I'm going to go to bed. I'm not packing. I've got until midday. The train, though, is just after 12 p.m. So obviously I'm going to check out of here about 20 to 12. Gives me plenty of time. Then I'm going to have quite a bit of time in London. So I'll mill around the stations and look in the shops. I'd rather do that than get a later train, and then it's a bit tighter then. I don't want to be panicking at the end. I know how to get to where I need to go. That's no problem. But I want to be able to just go and just walk slowly and meander and not worry about missing the train. So I'm going to be in London in plenty of time to catch the train home. So I will see you in the morning when I've had a good night's sleep. And I will finish the vlogs with me finally back at home with my lovely dogs and Mark. So good night for now. Mwah. Hello folks, it's Tuesday the 22nd of October 2024. It's 6 minutes past 10 and I'm ready to go. Unfortunately, my train isn't until noon. So I'm going to check out, leaving myself plenty of time to walk to the station. I'm going to check out at 20 to 12 and I think the train's at 6 minutes past and it takes an hour to get to London. And then I've got well over an hour, I think an hour and a half before the train back home. So I'm going to just do it very slowly. There's going to be no panic. I'm just going to be near the station. I might look in some shops at Victoria Station before getting the tube to King's Cross, and then I'll just mooch around King's Cross, and as soon as the board says the train is in, I will be there ready to board it, even if I have to sit on the train. I don't know how long the train arrives before it goes, but even if it's 10-15 minutes, at least I'm sat in my chair. I'm all get all my things about me, get my iPad out, and think, soon be home. I can't bloody wait. I'm still a bit icky. Obviously, my feet aren't great. I've got 2 pairs of cushioned socks on, you know, the ones I got from M&SU. And I've reapplied some Compeed. I think I'll be all right for the bit of walking I have to do. But I'm not well down below my bowel movements. Still got a bit of a tummy. And my, do you want to hear this? What? Oh, it's okay. Right. Put that cake down. Yes, my stool, and I'm not talking about a thing I sit on, my stools are very, very pale, almost yellow. So I've looked it up on the interweb, and it could mean I've got all sorts of things wrong with my pancreas and other things. I'm not too concerned at the moment. I've no real pain, just a little soreness in the tummy. I think it's a combination of not eating what I normally eat, extra stress, etc. So I'm not concerned yet. After 2 or 3 days back at home when I'm eating normally, I'll check my stool. If they've gone back to the chocolate brown colour, all's well. I'll give it another 2 days if they still haven't. If by Friday my stools are still yellow and I've still got pain, I'll probably have to ring somebody up. I don't think you have to go to a doctor nowadays. I don't think, and I wouldn't want to. I think there's something you phone up and say, I've got these symptoms, and I don't know what happens, but I don't think you see doctors these days, do you? I'm not sure, but anyway. It seems nice and sunny, so it should be dry. Oh, I can't wait to get home and wash my clothes. They stink. Well, it's the socks, the jeans and the trainers. I don't know if I can wash the trainers. I'll have a look. They're ripe, and I don't have clothes that get ripe, but of course I haven't been able to wash them. You know, if I've been out somewhere and got all muddy and dirty, the clothes get washed pretty soon, but obviously, so I sort of wrapped them in 2 plastic bags to try and stop the smell. But as soon as I get home, I think, even though it's going to be the evening, they need to go in that washing machine on a long wash, because, blimey, can't believe it. I'll do that, yeah. I've packed everything. Everything's packed, more or less. I am really ready to go. I mean, I don't know what I'm going to do. It's 10:10 now. What have I got to do? I can watch This Morning, which, I don't want to do that. I saw a bit of it. I thought, God, I've just forgotten how bad television is, terrestrial telly, because at home I watch very little of it. But because I'm not at home without all the facilities I have, all the catch-up services I use at home, and the DVDs I can play and the music I can listen to at home, I've had to rely more on the television. So I've done a lot of YouTube, and I fell asleep listening to some YouTube channel. Can't remember what it was. But anyway, it's been an experience, but so glad I'm going home. Right, I'll do a tour. I've left everything nice and tidy, I think. It needs a good vacuum in here, and obviously the bed will need stripping and the bathroom needs cleaning. But, you know, I've been taking out my rubbish. Since I was here 5 nights, nobody's been in. So I've, few days I've just taken a bag full of my rubbish and put it in one of the bins on the street to keep it down. But there is some left in the bin now. I thought, well, they can, it would look odd if there was no rubbish. I've washed me mugs. I expect they'll wash them again, but they're clean. And I've just made sure the bathroom looks okay. So we'll have one final tour of my home for the last 5 nights. And then that's going to be it for this part of the vlog. The next time you see me, I'll be absolutely relieved with my dogs at home. Just picture it, watch. Can't wait. I'm going to open the windows as well, get some air in. I'll leave them ajar when I leave, just in case my funky socks and walking shoes have left an odour. So here's the bathroom. I've used all the toilet paper. If I need to go again, I'm going to have to use some of my wet wipes. So I've left everything clean. I'm just drying out the shower curtain. That's my bag all packed. I've been obviously lying on the bed watching the iPad. That's my rucksack ready, and my top and my jacket. Probably take those waters. My phone obviously I'll need. My headphones, my iPad, so all those little bits are going in my rucksack. So there we go. So I'm just waiting the time now, 10:38, so I've got an hour still to kill. Just can't wait to set off and start my journey home. Well folks, I wasn't expecting to be speaking to you again from the hotel room, but it's 11:53. I'm still here. I should have checked out. I should be walking to the station by now. I should be at the station waiting to get on the train to London. And it's a good job. Mark contacted me and sent a picture of Daisy and said, oh, Daisy's looking for you, blah, blah. So I was responding to that, and I was just confirming when the train would arrive. So I went on the train Grand Central website just to double check, and the train that I've booked to go home on is cancelled. No reason, just no train. So I thought, oh right, I'll try and get the early. I'll see if I can get the one before that. And then the one before that was not a direct train. It had to go to Leeds, and then I had to get another train to Halifax. But it was with LNER, and then the next train was LNER. But this was on the Grand Central website, so I thought, well, can I use a Grand Central ticket on another train operator? So I had to ring somebody up, and they put me through to another thing. And the woman said, oh, no, it's cancelled. You can't use the ticket you've bought on the other train operators. So, turns out, I was going to get, I've written it all down, I was going to get the 14:56 direct train from King's Cross. Now I'm going to have to wait to 16:27. 4:27 gets in at 9 minutes past 7. So I've had to go down to reception. I've paid an extra £10 for a later checkout, which is 2 p.m. But I'm going to have to check out at around, well, at the very latest 1:45. So I've got enough time to walk to the station. Then it's an hour to London, and then I've got, quite a lot of time before I can catch the 16:27. But I've got a first class ticket. I can use it on that train. I just won't have a reserved seat. But the woman said, yes, there will be unreserved seats available in first class. Well, I hope there is, because I'll be kicking up a stink. But I mean, at least it's direct. It's several hours later than I wanted it to be. I'm going to see about compensation. No explanation. I think, well, the next time I'm going to London, it's with Hull trains when I go with my mum. But I think in future, I'm going to go via Hull trains as well. I'll just, go to my mum's and then get a train from Selby, because I believe Grand Central are shite, apparently. Lots of reviews about unreliable trains, and I mean, the train I came to London on was a bit manky, it was a bit, things were broken on it, So that's, and the sun's gone in. So that's the situation. As I said, not happy. Oh, and also had to ask for another roll of toilet paper from reception because I've used it all up. Oh, I told you that, didn't I? I've just told you that. I think it's God's way of saying, don't bother going anywhere, Rog. And I think, I don't know, is that the plan? They don't want us going everywhere, do they? But anyway, I don't think, apart from doing the next hour voyage trip, that'll be, I think that's London and me finished, certainly for the foreseeable future. I don't plan on doing this again. it's just too much stress. Crikey. So anyway, yeah, it's about midday. So I'm not going to sit here for nearly 2 hours. I'll just have a bit of a walk around town. I'm not going to buy much. I might actually, well, I might as well buy some lunch, to be honest. Yeah, I might as well buy some lunch. I might as well go to Waitrose or somewhere, get a meal deal, bring that back, eat that, and then at least I won't have to buy anything in London to eat, and then I'll just hopefully get the free refreshments on the train home. Tea, coffee and water and some other snacks you're supposed to get included, and that will do me then, I think. So yeah, really, I just don't know what has happened. I've been sat here for, well, an hour and a half or more, all packed, all ready, twiddling my thumbs, waiting for the time to check out. So I hope, now I've paid the extra 10, that when I come back here, after, when I've got a bit of a walk round to have my lunch, I'm hoping that I can get in, because I extended the stay in Travelodge, pardon. I extended the stay in Travelodge Covent Garden, and when I came back after 12 o'clock, I couldn't get in. But anyway, got a frog in my throat. So I'll be having a bit of a walk round, get some lunch, bring it back here, eat my lunch, twiddle my thumbs a bit more, and then finally walk to the station to get the train to London. So I'm hoping you don't see me again here. The next time you see me, I'll be at home, utterly relieved and exhausted.